I'm terrified that I have some rare form of cancer or that I was violated or that I'm losing my mind and had sex that I don't recall. I am 23F and a lesbian, not very sexually active but have sex with the girl I'm casually dating about twice a month. She is a cisgender woman and there's no way she could get me pregnant, just to make it clear. The last time I had sex with a male that I remember was in high school 6 years ago. I am 5 feet 3 inches, 140 pounds. I think I'm healthy. I take Zoloft and sometimes use over-the-counter allergy medicine, but I don't think those things are relevant. I started throwing up occasionally maybe a month ago and I wasn't really concerned about it and thought I just had a stomach bug. I went to a walk-in clinic this morning because it wasn't getting better and they told me I'm pregnant. I told them that I can't be pregnant and they said I must be. I don't really keep track of my periods, but I'm not sure if I've had one in a couple of months. I have an appointment with a gynecologist next Friday to confirm the pregnancy, but I'm scared and want answers now. I've been reading that there are some kinds of cancer that can cause a positive pregnancy test, but I can't find a lot of information about them. Can anyone tell me how likely that is? The only other possibility is last November I had been drinking at my friend's house where a bunch of us got together to watch a football game, and I don't drink and drive so I slept on their couch. I didn't drink that much, I think 3 drinks, so I shouldn't have blacked out. My friends whose house I stayed at are a male-female couple. I texted my male friend asking him if we had sex or something and if I was just so drunk I didn't remember it, and he was very confused and upset and said he wouldn't cheat on his wife or have sex with someone who is that drunk. I want to trust my friend, but the thing I'm really scared of is that my friend raped me and is lying and that I didn't even know it. I live in Tennessee and abortion is illegal here and I'm scared. Can somebody please tell me what is going on and if there's any other reason I could have a positive test? Update. I appreciate the responses. They have been very helpful and I've been less anxious even though I still don't know what's wrong with me. It's a relief to know that there may be something other than cancer or pregnancy causing this because I thought those were my only 2 possibilities. I'm at my parents' house and feeling somewhat better. My parents will help me get an abortion if I'm really pregnant even if we have to go out of state, and my mom said she will go with me. I texted my friend, the wife of the guy who I'm afraid raped me, and told her everything and that I don't want to blame her husband but I'm scared, and she swore on her life that I didn't look drugged, just kind of drunk, and that I went to sleep on her couch and they both went to bed right after. She said there is no way he could have gotten up and attacked me without her knowing. So I feel a little better and I'm trying not to stress myself thinking that she's involved and that they plan to rape me. I feel better reading some of these responses and seeing that there are conditions besides cancer that can cause a false positive, and my parents are telling me that even if it is cancer, that doesn't mean I'm going to die. We're also going to try to see if an OBGYN can see me sooner, and my dad is going to call tomorrow to see if there are any urgent cares that have ultrasound machines. Update 2. I want to thank you all for the good advice and kind words you gave me after I posted a couple of days ago about having a positive pregnancy test even though I am a lesbian and haven't had sex with a male in 6 years. I'm going to try to explain what is happening now, but I'm not sure if I can make much sense because of the stress and the medicine. I went to my parents' house last night and told them what was happening, and this morning my dad found an urgent care about 2 hours from their house that had an ultrasound machine and they agreed to see me, and my mom took me. They did another pregnancy test and it was also positive, and then did a regular ultrasound and didn't see a pregnancy. So they sent me to the emergency room because they said a positive pregnancy test with an empty uterus is an emergency because it could mean there is a fetus growing outside of the uterus, which is very dangerous. The ER did a transvaginal ultrasound and couldn't see a pregnancy either, and they did blood work and said my pregnancy hormone levels are very high and my potassium and iron are a bit low. And they thought they saw something on my right ovary, so they did laparoscopic surgery. They ended up taking out my whole ovary because they found a type of tumor on it called an immature teratoma. I don't remember going in for surgery or waking up, but I was freaking out and hysterical when I woke up and they had to give me Valium and N4. Mom and the nurses told me about the tumor later. The nurse said that they are talking to some specialists and doing pathology to find out if it's malignant or not, because they said a teratoma could be either malignant or not, and I have tried looking up information online but I don't know if I get it. I know I need to apologize to my friend who I thought might have raped me. Please don't make me feel worse about that than I already do. I think I am staying at the hospital overnight. My questions now are, how long does pathology take? Is pathology the same thing as a biopsy? Would the tumor explain why I have been throwing up, or is that something else? Will they be able to tell me if I have cancer before I leave the hospital? If it is cancer, am I going to die? Final update, the doctor came and talked to me. I had misunderstood and they didn't say it was an immature teratoma, but they did say it had features that could be one. It is definitely a teratoma, but they aren't sure if it's mature or immature because it could be either. They did my blood work again today and it still has pregnancy hormone, but it's already less than half of what it was yesterday, so they're sure it was the tumor causing it, and they're pretty sure it was the reason I had been vomiting too. The doctor said he thinks that even if it is malignant, they probably got all of it and I don't need to keep worrying that I'm going to die. He said it also shouldn't affect my health because people do just fine with one ovary and I can still have a baby if I ever want to. I'm not sure if I want biological children, but that's still good to know. They're going to do a scan to look for other masses before I leave today and said that should calm me down. I got an 4 yesterday that brought my potassium back to normal, so that's fine now too. I talked to my friends whose house I stayed at in November about everything that happened, and they said they're not mad at me at all and were just very worried about me because they knew they hadn't hurt me, but they were scared someone else had. They know that I trust them but was just really freaked out. I also told the girl I've been seeing and everything is okay too. She is a little upset that I didn't tell her sooner because she would have come with me to urgent care in the hospital, but we'll work through it. I sent her a picture of a teratoma from the internet and said, "This is our son," and explained what happened, and we got a good laugh at least. They said the pathology results may take about 2 weeks, and if it is cancerous they will refer me to an oncologist closer to where I live who works with these kinds of cancers. I'm supposed to take pregnancy tests at home every 2 days for 2 weeks and contact a doctor if they're not negative after 2 weeks, because that could mean there's something else or something left over causing it. This has all been very weird and surreal, but I'm very thankful that I wasn't pregnant and that if I have cancer it is probably treatable. I was so scared and had so many horrible thoughts racing through my mind that my friends had raped me and that I was going to have his baby and share custody with him. I never thought I would be relieved to have a monster tumor with teeth and hair that might be cancerous, but I am relieved. Thank you to everyone who answered my questions and reassured me. I was so scared. I'm still a little scared, but you all helped a lot.